Welcome back to this already the final segment of today's Price of Business. I'm your host, Kevin Price, talking to you about you and your business. We want to remind you our new television show starting on January 3rd, 2016 on the Biz TV network. Over 30 different markets around the country, coast to coast. We're excited about that. You can learn more about that at priceofbusiness.com. Also, very excited about my guest, Annette Monks. She's a regular on this program with Carlton Staffing. She's the president of that organization. And as Annette, always good to see you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, start off real quickly. I love what you guys do. You make such perfect, practical sense, for businesses today. Really have for businesses for a long time. But now, the regulatory and other issues that have popped up over the last several years, you guys just make so much sense for business owners out there. Elaborate on what you do.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Kevin. And Carlton Staffing does temp to hire and direct hire placement in any position that might be in an office, including accounting positions, and or any position out in the warehouse, which could include skilled trade. And we have a division that does engineering and IT placement as well, and the name of that division is KTEK. So we'd be happy to help anyone who would like some help in hiring people.
Yeah, I love what you do. Talk about your guest today, which, by the way, I love the organization she represents. I've been to it many times over the years, and, I tell you, it's an extremely important institution.
Yes, I'm very excited to welcome Dr. Kelly Zuniga, the Executive Director of the Holocaust Museum, Houston. Welcome, Kelly.
Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
We are very glad to have you with us and to tell us about the good work of this museum. And, I'm so glad that Houston's been blessed with one of these museums. There's several of them around the country.
Yes,
and
there's
I'm
8.
delighted that we have one of those. Kind of give us a story about the Holocaust Museum of Houston.
Well, it's a really wonderful place. It was formed, and it'll be our 20th anniversary on March 3rd of next year, by Houston Holocaust survivors. And we are unique from the perspective of Holocaust museums within the United States because we had dynamic survivors that were in Houston that decided we're going to build this museum ourselves. And so they successfully built this beautiful 22,000 square foot facility. And we're coming up on that 20th anniversary, if you can believe it.
Yeah, that is hard to believe, Annette.
Well, along with the 20th anniversary, you have a really fascinating exhibition that's going on. I'd love for you to kind of elaborate on that and kind of tell the history. It's just fascinating.
Well, back in 1995, if you can believe it, with the curriculum with our education department, they started a project called the Butterfly Project. And that was an education curriculum that was teaching children about the history of the Holocaust, but specifically about the fact that 1.5 million children were lost and murdered in the Holocaust. And so in that lesson, they would make butterflies. And it could be butterflies of clay, butterflies of paper, whatever they so decided to design and make. And then when they completed the curriculum, they mailed these butterflies back to the museum. So our goal was to collect 1.5 million butterflies, and I'm happy to report that we have successfully achieved that goal. I do have 1.5 million butterflies, and the project really went viral, and we have butterflies from all over the world as a result, and they are absolutely beautiful. So what we're going to do for our 20th anniversary is we're going to highlight some of the best of those butterflies in an exhibition, which will be opening on February 12th. At the museum, and we have an artist who we went through Houston Arts Alliance in a competitive selection process, and her name is Sydney Moen. And she is going to be creating this exhibition with many, many hundreds of these butterflies. And it will be up for all the public to see from February 12th through July 30th.
Very interesting. I'm curious, just as an aside, do you know how many Holocaust museums there are in the United States?
There are many centers, so they're not necessarily a museum, but from the standpoint...
Different criteria, I
different
guess.
criteria, education centers. But from the perspective of a museum, there are 8 that are considered significant Holocaust museums.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm.
So I also would like for you, if you wouldn't mind, to talk a little more about your mission, because I know it's not just about remembering the victims and survivors of the Holocaust, but it's so much more than that. Would you mind Elaborate on that?
What we're doing is we're using the lessons of the Holocaust and other genocides to teach the dangers of hatred, prejudice, and apathy. That is very important from the standpoint that school children come and visit the museum. As many as 50,000 students visit our museum every year. And we do teach those lessons as part of the experience. But I think it's really important for us to understand that the public value of this museum is trying to build a more humane society and promoting responsible individual behavior as well as civility in our society and pursuing social justice and providing a safe place for individuals that want to discuss their issues and to have a civil dialogue. So we're really excited about being part of the community and being a space such as that.
By the way, the website there is hmh.org. That's hmh.org. Annette?
So if somebody wanted to get involved in help, I imagine there are volunteers there
Yes.
as well. What are the different ways people can get involved?
Well, we have 2 programs. One of them is a volunteer program where they can help at the front desk, they can assist in tours, they can volunteer for specific programs. But then also we have a very popular docent program. I have over 120 docents at the museum. They are very, very well trained. I would say almost on a graduate level from history perspective. But after a 3-month training course, if they pass, they can become a docent at the museum. And we always like to welcome people that are interested in participating in that program.
That is awesome. I think it's fantastic what you guys do and how long you've been doing it. And I remember being one of the very early people to go visit it as soon as it was launched. And my kids were pretty little when we went, and they were instantly touched by it. And kids, kind of like among the greatest hallmarks of adulthood, is empathy. And I can't imagine a better place to develop that than a place like your museum.
Yeah, absolutely. When you see the suffering that occurred, and they can also apply it from the standpoint of a concept such as bullying. One of our education programs is extremely popular is when we go into schools and we teach the All Behaviors Count program. And that is exactly what that focuses on, is the importance of recognizing bullying behavior and how do you eradicate that? How do you stand up and be an upstander? Or do you want to be a bystander? Mm-hmm. And what is the difference? And what type of actions make a difference in others' lives? So that's an important curriculum that we teach all throughout the school system here at HISD.
Yeah, that's very good. Annette, we got about 2 minutes left. Why don't you wrap it up with some final thoughts, as well as if you have a question.
Well, for people who want to visit, okay, just what are your hours?
Sure.
How much is it? What can they expect? How much time should they block off?
Well, we are located right in the Museum District. We're at 5401 Caroline Street, right next to the Museum of Fine Arts. And for all children, anyone with a student ID card, you are free. You can come to our museum for free. For adults, it is $12. For seniors, it is $8. And then we have free days. So on Thursday from 2 to 5, it is free for everyone, as well as we have 4 free days a year. So please go to our website, take a look at that. We're open from 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, and on Saturday from 10 to 5, Sundays 12 to 5.
It's definitely worth a visit. And I mean, the exhibits are amazing, and the information is really very difficult to find anywhere else. And it's conveyed in such a dynamic, personal way. So
Yeah.
I love what
Thank
you
you.
guys do.
Thank you so much for having me.
I want to encourage you to keep up the great work, and would love to hear from you on occasion on what's happening.
Absolutely. When the butterflies come out, I'll come back.
Yeah, that would be awesome. We would love that. Annette, how do we learn more about Carlton Staffing?
You can go to our website at carltonstaffing.com. And we'd love to, and from there you can see different branches to call, the one closest to you if you're looking for work or if you're looking to hire someone.
There you go. I want to encourage people to check them out. Fantastic, regardless of your situation, either looking for great employees or if you are a great employee looking for work. All right, when we come back tomorrow, we're going to have much more for you. Do want to remind you, best content here shows up over there at usdailyreview.com, and you've been listening to The Price of Business.